Hello. Today I wanted to take you all on a journey. A journey that's taken me throughout the past 2.5 years of my life. A journey that I have spent great lengths on. A lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of pain. Today I wanted to take you all on a tour. A tattoo tour. I'm going to show you my tattoos. I have 4. They're all on my arms because, I don't know, I like the aesthetic. I'm going to show you the order that I got the tattoos in. So this first one, I got that one in Denver. It was kind of a spur of the moment decision because I was on vacation and I was hanging out with 2 of my best friends. I had just turned 18 like 2 weeks before. So I was finally legal to get a tattoo. And I love traveling. I always have. So I knew I wanted a compass tattoo. I've wanted one for a while. I mean, if I'm being honest, my inspiration came from Louis Tomlinson of One Direction. And I really wanted one that kind of looked like that. And like side by side, you can tell they don't really look the same. But, you know, I got this for like $60, and I mean, it's not great. It's my first tattoo, and you can tell that it's my first tattoo, but I love it. It's got a special place in my heart. Originally, I was gonna get a matching tattoo, or not matching, but complementary tattoos with my 2 best friends. My friend Ari was gonna get a moon. I was gonna get a sun. My friend Cassidy was gonna get a star. Mine was supposed to look more like a sun than it does. It kind of just looks like a compass. Like, this little ring around here was supposed to look like a sun. And then the little circle was kind of supposed to be like, yeah, it's like a little sun. Like, it was supposed to be bigger. I don't know. I could get it touched up, but I just haven't thought about it that much. Because I just don't really look at it anymore. It's also faded a lot because I got this, 2.5 years ago, right after I turned 18. The lines are really bad. Like, the lady who did it, I think she was an apprentice or like a really new artist. So we also just walked in. So it's not like we had an appointment. All right, tattoo number 2. This was my second tattoo. As you can see, it's a lot better done than the first one. This is modeled after my favorite band's first EP. It's City and Color's first EP. It's called The Death of Me. There was only ever like 500 released. He gave them out, I think, or sold them when he was touring in Canada for the first time. And it has all of my favorite songs that he's ever made. The reason I wanted this tattoo is because I've been listening to City and Color since I was 13. My friend Ari, actually, the person I got the first tattoo with, she showed me the band City and Color. She showed me their song Sleeping Sickness. You know, when you're getting to that age where you start to realize that there's other music out there than what you've been listening to. So I was reaching that threshold where I was like, okay, wait, if I like one song from this artist, that means that there's an entire album that might sound just like this first song that I've listened to. So, therefore, if I listen to the rest of the album, I might love it. I might love every song the same. Which I still believe that to this day, and that's still my philosophy for listening to new music. A few months after I found that first song, I decided to listen to the whole album. And I absolutely fell in love with his music. I did love every song. I loved every song. And there was no bad song on that album. And I was like, okay, listen to this album a million times until I know all the words. Move on to the next album. So I found another album from him, Little Hell, and I started listening to that one. And then I found another album from him, which was a newer one that he put out, The Hurry and the Harm. And then I found his first album, which was Sometimes. And that album quickly became my favorite of all of them. It was raw, it was powerful, it became my kind of life mantra. And also, I was going through, by that point, I was 14, 15. I was going through my like peak depression at that point, like hating my life, wondering like where I fit in, not wanting to get older. Also had a lot of problems, just like, wanted to be a boy and all of that stuff. When I was like 15, I was like, okay, once I turn 18, I'm going to get a City and Color tattoo because this man has had a big impact on my life. I figure it'll be good to like commemorate the memories of listening to his music for the first time and feeling so connected to it. I figured at the time that I would get something related to Sometimes because it was my favorite album. It had all the songs that I really connected to, and it was a nice album cover and it was pretty. But I Googled it, and everybody has that tattoo because it's designed to look like a tattoo, and so people just get the bird straight up tattooed, like no changes or anything to it. And I was like, if I'm gonna get a tattoo, I want it to be original. I don't want to get something that's like, yeah, it's nice looking, it's pretty, and I would like it, but it's something that a lot of other people have already. I did some more sleuthing to try and figure out what I should get instead, because I knew that I wanted it to relate to his first music, but I wasn't sure what I should do if not the bird. And that's when I went to his Wikipedia, and that's when I clicked through to his first ever released and recorded music and found his first EP, which was just a simple picture of a beautiful blue rose. And I was like, this is beautiful. It has all my favorite songs. Nobody knows about it, and it's his first thing that he's ever like recorded, so obviously I'm gonna get this because it was like it lined up perfectly. I was really happy. But I had the idea planted in my head after that I really wanted to get a bird tattoo. So that brings me to my third tattoo, which is this. This tattoo is a combination of 4 different pictures that I took when I went to Phoenix with my mom in 2017. Hummingbirds have always been one of my favorite birds because my grandma, she used to talk about hummingbirds a lot. She was a photographer, and she would take pictures in different places. She liked to travel a lot as well, and she would always find hummingbirds and take pictures of them. My grandma died when I was 10, and I honestly never really got to get super close to her because I was so young when she died. I know that if she was still alive, I think we would be really close because she was a really big cheerleader to me. She was very, very wonderful and supportive. I just remember like how much she loved me and how cool she was of a person. I feel like I've grown up with her around even though I haven't. I feel like she kind of knows me still. So I wanted to get a hummingbird tattoo to kind of commemorate her, and it seemed like the perfect opportunity to do to go along with the Phoenix trip. My mom and I used to be really close, and then when I came out as trans, we kind of drifted apart quite a bit. All I wanted was to just like get on hormones, and that's all I could really talk about for like a year and a half. And so after that, we never really got back to like being as close as we once were, especially because I was now like identifying as her son instead of her daughter, and that's obviously like a big shock to parents. But when we went to Phoenix together, it was just me and her. We ended up bonding a lot and doing a lot of fun things, and we actually really enjoyed the city, and we got a lot closer than we had been in the past few years before that. And I'd say the highlight of that trip was going to the Desert Botanical Garden, which is where the inspiration for this tattoo came from, because we saw a couple hummingbirds. Originally, my mom and I were going to get matching hummingbird tattoos. But my mom hates birds. She's like deathly afraid of birds. She was like, I don't want to get a bird tattooed on me because I hate birds. And I was like, okay, fair enough. but I still want to get it. So I decided to just get it on my own. But instead of just the hummingbird, I also wanted to add the flower. This was on top of a cactus. And then we have the actual cactus here. And then we have some little fern leaves. And then we have another plant that I got some great pictures of at the top here. This was my favorite plant. I sent like 7 different pictures to the tattoo artist. And I was like, okay, here's what I want. So I want a tattoo that looks like this, in this kind of style. And I sent a picture that kind of looked like this. Black and white, lines, like really nice fine lines, but also good detail. I wanted the bird to look a certain way, and then I wanted the design to look a certain way, and like kind of like a circle like it is. And so I sent like 7 different pictures, and I was like, can you take different elements of these pictures, put them together in the design that I want with the style of bird and the style of tattoo that I want? And he's like, yeah, okay. I didn't see the design until I got to the tattoo studio and he put it on my arm. And I said, that is exactly what I wanted. You knew exactly what I wanted and you did it perfectly. And I'm really happy because I don't think I could ever do that again. I'm not as bold as I was when I was 18. So I don't think I would ever just be able to walk into a tattoo shop again, not know exactly what I'm getting, and just slap it on my body like it's nothing. This one I got 3 months later after I got this one. So I got 2 big tattoos in the same year. I got 3 tattoos when I was 18. And I honestly don't regret any of them. I mean, this one is like pretty ugly, but here's the last one. I just got this one in March. I got it on Friday the 13th because they do $13 tattoos at a shop in my college town on Friday the 13th. I wanted another tattoo. It had been a year and a half since I'd got my last one, and I was like, okay, I feel the itch. Tattoos are really kind of addicting. When I got my first tattoo, I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. I love this feeling. I want to get more tattoos, like instantly. So I was like, okay, I'm going to plan my next tattoo. I have so many ideas for what I want. And once I got this one, I was like, yes, I want more. And then I got this one. And this one hurt a lot. I think it's because it has so many fine details. And I was like, okay, I've gotten 2 tattoos in the span of 3 months, and I think I can cool it for a while. I think I don't need any more for a while. The pain feels good, but it did hurt more than the other ones, and I got all the tattoos that I really had wanted for a while. So I was like, okay, I checked off all the boxes of the tattoos that I want. I didn't feel another pull to get one for a while. Once I realized that they were doing $13 tattoos at my tattoo shop, though, I thought, okay, $20 with a tip to get a tattoo, like, that's something that I can't pass up on, you know. That's like getting a pizza, you know. That's just like, I want one. So they had a sheet that you could pick from, and I was debating like 10 different designs because I really liked a lot of them. But then I saw this one in the corner, and I was like, wait a second, this is a laurel leaf. And when I was born, my mom and my dad named me Laurel. So I was like, even if I don't go back to using that name, I would like to remember that for the first 15 years of my life, that was my name. And I really like it. I think it's cute. It healed pretty bad. There are some spots on there that didn't heal as well, like right here, down here. It got infected. I think that was just because I was using the wrong kind of soap to clean it. I do want to get it touched up just because of how badly it healed. It could look better if there was more stuff. I don't necessarily want to get like a full sleeve, but I do want to add a little more detail because I don't know, it looks kind of barren right now. I kind of hesitate to go anywhere outside of my arms because I'm not sure how much I'm going to end up regretting my tattoos when I'm older. And I feel like the arms are just like a safe place to get tattooed. Like, I don't really care how my arms are gonna look, but like if I get something on the collarbone, maybe I turn 50 and I'm like, oh man, I wish I'd never gotten those on the collarbone. But like the arms are like whatever, like I don't really care. For my next one, maybe I'll go up here because I haven't done that yet. I feel like something up there would look pretty good. Maybe like a muscle tattoo. Yeah, that would look good. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like this video, give it a like, and if you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. And check out all my social media, my Patreon, all of that down below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. I don't know what that was.